103.
한, 약, 음으로, 전반 당하다 소스, howtostudykorean.com.
Below is a list of vocabularies to be used in this lesson. Nouns.
실생활,
Means real life.
멍청이,
Means stupid person.
까닭,
Means reason.
소녀,
Means little girl.
소년,
Means little boy.
회비,
Means membership fees.
소득세,
Means income tax.
크기,
Means size.
서양,
Means Western countries.
동양,
Means Eastern countries.
문명,
Means civilization.
속도,
Means speed velocity.
동호회,
Means club for people with same interest.
엽서,
Means postcard.
이메일,
Means email.
선약,
Means previous engagement.
농업,
Means agriculture.
차례,
Means order.
공동,
Means joint communal. Verbs.
그치다,
Means for rain to stop.
복수하다,
Means to revenge.
모시다,
Means to serve. To attend on someone.
마주치다,
Means to bump into. To make eye contact.
말리다,
Means to dry.
괴롭히다,
Means to harass. To bully. Adverbs and other words.
정성껏,
Means putting your heart into something.
마지못해,
Means reluctantly.
새로,
Means newly anew.
주요,
Means major primary. Introduction. In this lesson, you will learn a variety of smaller grammatical principles that are similar to grammatical principles you have learned previously. Despite the similarities with its previously taught counterpart, each grammatical principle taught in this lesson is more difficult and less common with the one taught earlier. I will use this lesson to introduce you to
한,
an,
약,
similar to,
쯤음으로,
similar to,
어서,
or,
기 때문에 전반에,
not to be confused with,
보통,
or,
일반적으로 당하다,
similar to passive verbs, estimating a number amount with,
한,
an.
약,
In a much earlier lesson, you learned that you can use the connecting particle
쯤,
to make an estimation about something. Attaching this particle to a noun or number translates to about approximately. For example,
우리가 내일 이 시쯤 도착할 거예요.
we will arrive tomorrow at about 2 o'clock.
어제 가게에 사람 20명쯤 왔어요.
Yesterday, about 20 people came to the store. Using
쯤,
is a perfectly acceptable way to express that your sentence is an approximation, and most learners of Korean learn this particle fairly early in their Korean studies. However, most learners of Korean do not learn about an equally, if not more, common word that can be used to make an approximation, by placing
한,
before the part of the sentence that you are approximating. You can create this same meaning. This usage is very common in speech, but not very common in writing, unless it is a quote that is written down. For example,
우리가 내일 한 2시에 도착할 거예요.
we will arrive tomorrow at about 2 o'clock.
어제 가게에 사람 한 20명이 왔어요.
Yesterday, about 20 people came to the store. Left double quotation mark.
쯤,
Can be used in sentences with
한,
as well. For example,
우리가 내일 한 2시쯤 도착할 거예요.
we will arrive tomorrow at about 2 o'clock.
어제 가게에 사람 한 20명쯤 왔어요.
Yesterday, about 20 people came to the store. More examples.
몇 개 필요하세요?
How many do you need?
한 10개.
About 10.
내일 친구가 몇 시 올 거예요?
What time is your friend coming tomorrow?
한 9시.
About 9 o'clock. Left double quotation mark.
약,
Is another word that can be used to have the same meaning and function as
한,
by placing
약,
before a number or amount in a sentence. You can indicate that it is an approximation of some sort. However,
약,
is significantly less common than
한,
or.
쯤,
Nonetheless, it is a word that you should be aware of. Some examples.
캐나다 인구는 약 3,500만 명이에요.
Canada's population is about 35 million.
캐나다 인구는 한 3,500만 명이에요.
Canada's population is about 35 million.
캐나다 인구는 3,500만 명쯤이에요.
Canada's population is about 35 million.
친구가 약 10분 있다가 올 것 같아요.
Our friend will probably come in about 10 minutes. Full stop. Therefore because.
으므로.
In previous lessons, most notably lessons 37 and 38, you have learned how to say because therefore using a few different methods. For example,
저는 돈이 없어서 그것을 못 사요.
I can't buy that because I don't have any money.
저는 돈이 없기 때문에 그것을 못 사요.
I can't buy that because I don't have any money.
저는 돈이 없으니까 그것을 못 사요.
I can't buy that because I don't have any money. There are actually many, more than you can imagine, other ways that you can create essentially the same or a very similar meaning. You will be introduced to a lot of these alternate forms in later lessons. Most are not used often, so there is no need to introduce them now, but I want to introduce you to one specific form right now, by connecting two clauses with.
으므로.
You can create this same meaning of because or therefore. This grammatical form is more common in formal writing, but I do hear it spoken sometimes. For example,
그 사람이 대통령을 암살했으므로 징역 100년이 선고되었어요.
that person was sentenced to 100 years in prison because she assassinated the president.
성적이 낮았으므로 그 학생은 좋은 대학교에 못 갔어요.
That student couldn't go to a good university because of his her low grades. Notice above that this grammatical form can be added constructions conjugated into the past or present tense, just like.
기 때문에.
As you know, you can use the grammatical principle
어서.
with the word
그렇다.
to form.
그래서.
In the same way, you can use
으므로.
with
그렇다.
to form.
그러므로.
The meaning of
그러므로.
is very similar, if not identical, to,
그래서.
but is used in more formal situations or in print. In general,
전반.
you learned in a very early lesson how to say generally. The two words that are used in English that translate to generally in Korean are
보통.
and.
일반적으로.
For example,
저는 보통 월요일에 운동해요.
I generally exercise on Mondays.
저는 일반적으로 그 사람을 직장에서 보지 못해요.
I generally don't see that person at work. Notice that in the examples above, generally could be substituted for usually, and the sentences would have the same meaning, while the word
전반.
translates to in general, its meaning is different than
보통.
or.
일반적으로.
When using,
전반에.
you are indicating that something is done across the board, in a general sense, amongst all things. It is always easier to describe it better with examples. See below.
저는 한국 역사 전반에 관심이 있어요.
I am interested in Korean history in general. I am interested in all parts of Korean history. Notice the difference between the sentence above and the following sentence.
저는 한국 역사를 보통 좋아해요.
I generally usually like Korean history. More examples.
서울시는 영어 원어민에 관한 예산 전반을 줄이고 있어요.
The city of Seoul is lowering the budget for native English speakers in general. Across the board, you can also use
전반적으로.
as an adverb to mean generally across the board.
미국 통화가 요즘에 비싸지고 있어서 물품 값이 전반적으로 올라가고 있어요.
The price of goods in general, across the board, is increasing because the US dollar is increasing. To occur receive, or an alternate passive sentence ender.
당하다.
The word
당하다.
is similar to
생기다.
or,
받다.
each with their respective meanings, both of which you should know thoroughly by now. However, one uses
당하다.
when the thing that occurs as received has a negative meaning, as if something bad is happening. The best example to use as an introductory to this grammatical principle is the word
부상, 부상.
translates to some form of injury or wound. For example,
교통사고에서 사람 5명은 부상을.
if you wanted to say that one is injured, there are a variety of words that you could use as the verb in the sentence. One word that was taught in a previous lesson is
입다.
which is used in a variety of situations when some sort of damage injury occurs. Another word that can be used in that situation is
당하다.
the sentence then looks like this.
교통사고에서 사람 5명은 부상을 당했어요.
5 people were injured in the car accident. Left double quotation mark.
당하다.
Can be used as the verb to act on a variety of nouns, all with the same general meaning. In each case,
당하다.
implies that one received something bad, or something bad happened to that person. Other examples.
집에 가는 동안 사고를 당했어요.
I got into an accident on my way home.
그 왕따 학생은 다른 학생들한테 괴롭힘을 당했어요.
That outcast was humiliated by other students. In addition to this,
당하다.
can be attached to nouns, acting as a substitute to the passive verb ending,
되다.
which you studied extensively in lesson 14. Specifically,
당하다.
replaces.
되다.
In passive verbs in cases where the result of the passive verb is negative, the best example is the word
거절하다. 거절하다.
is an active verb that means to reject, which means you can use it in sentences like the following.
아버지는 자기 아들의 요구를 거절했어요.
The father refused his son's request. However, if we want to use
거절하다.
in the passive voice, to be rejected, you can use
거절당하다.
instead of.
거절되다.
For example,
그는 그 여자한테 데이트를 하자고 했는데 거절당했어요.
he asked that girl on a date, but got rejected. However,
당하다.
is typically used when a person is getting the short end of the stick in some situation. In other times, when a non-person is rejected, it would be more appropriate to use the usual
되다.
form. For example,
새로운 예산이 사장한테 거절되었어요.
the new budget was rejected by the CEO. There are many words that
당하다.
can be attached to, most of which you do not know yet. Another word that you are familiar with at this point is
공격하다.
to attack.
그녀는 밤에 낯선 남자들한테 공격을 당했어요.
She was attacked by unknown men at night. At this point, it is sufficient to understand how this grammatical principle is used, which will allow you to understand people when they say it or if you see it written. That's it for this lesson. For more info, please visit howtostudentkorean.com.